Hello, hello. This is me as aka Meredith. You can call me Meredith. And this is VOD viewing for Whaley. We're starting off with this is a Game Fest 2026, and I'm looking at your Super Major right now, Whaley. Um, I could go through your set. I don't know if your set versus non-lethal is here. I didn't see it. Um, but I did find this set. You did lose this 0-2, but you did make quite the loser's run. So I am looking forward to this. I'm going to try to review mostly the Sephiroth parts. I know you dabble in some King DDD as well, and we're going to look at that. Sephiroth Min Min is a matchup that I am very familiar with. So I hope I can give you some good notes here. Let's see how you play this out. It's a blind reaction, by the way. I've not looked at this before. So you immediately got grabbed. I like the... Hold on. I remember how to do frame by frame. Doing that reverse up air like that is pretty interesting. Doing that against Min Min is a little difficult. It did work out there, but Min Min's like attack range is very on the ground, is very horizontal. So if you're going to go for an up air like that, it's not always recommended. I wouldn't start the match doing that. Min Min's dead zone, right, is a diagonal from above her basically. So where she can't like put her arms. So I would recommend jumping into Min Min in a diagonal fashion, similar to how you would do if you fought Sephiroth. I like this double jumping over everything. I think it's great. Side B I think is an underrated option in this matchup. Side B does beat the arms in some aspects. I don't like that air dodge into him. Okay, so what are we doing here? Wait, so what's going on here? Little short hop. I don't think you meant to short hop air dodge down. I think you meant to short hop shield. Even then, you don't really want to be shielding the arms, you want to be jumping over them. That's how you find your attacks, that's how you find your edge guards, that's how you find your nair bears, and that's pretty much how it all goes. You're kind of begging to be grabbed if you start like shielding her moves. I love that nair, that was great. Didn't get the best fall off of it. Exactly is what's happening here. You used all your jumps. Even, it doesn't matter if you use all your resources there, because Min Min isn't going to hit you off stage if you go in from above her. So you can just kind of jump into her, and then you get this near fair right here. A little too close. The goal is to edgeguard Min Min, and that one wouldn't have worked, which is fair. I respect not going for that. Doesn't grab there. Messing up in the close quarters combat is fine. Yeah, you can't really do that. I love the idea of the up B. I think it's a great idea. Don't air dodge. Like, the problem is that you air dodged. More so than you did the up B, the problem is that you air dodged here. Like, there wasn't much of a threat there. Maybe you're looking against Min Min up B, which is like fine to threaten. You jumped immediately. Yeah, a little bit of an unfortunate situation. Don't be scared about Min Min up B until it is proven to you that they're going to do it. Good counter. A lot of Min Mins would swing there. They're good, perfect for there. Perfect. Like, yeah, see, so the idea of side B is great. You get hit by 3% of it, you could just do it again. Getting hit for 3% is like so nothing. For whenever I get hit by Ram, I kind of just pretend it didn't happen. You know, you gotta just like take it. If I was in this situation, I would jump and do another side B, and then I would have hit the grab. Running into Min Min is something that you almost never want to do. That's like a mix up, and it seems like a lot of your game plan is doing it. Just jump, just jump away from Min Min. Double jump if you have to, and you should have to. You're getting grabbed again, you know. Perfect. I'm surprised that side B didn't work. Stop shielding. You gotta stop shielding. I told you. You gotta keep jumping. Good recovery there. Here. Perfect, perfect. Stop shielding. Keep jumping. When you land against Min Min, then she is going to swing with either a grab or with a move, one of her arms. So if you just land and then jump immediately after, then it's a pretty hard for Min Min to actually like read that or like, cover it. She would have to cover it with like Nair or something. But if she does arms or grab, then that's a free Nair for you. Jumping over Min Min is perfect. See, I can see why you were worried about the up B now. What could have been done better here? Air dodging here would have been a little better. It would have also been, oh, that's tricky. This is a tricky situation because if you air dodge here, you kind of like, let's say, I hope you can see my mouse. Yeah, if you air dodge here and Min Min didn't go for the up B, then you get harmed and then you die. Your best recoveries were the ones where you were far away horizontally, like you were in this area, and then you just air dodged down underneath where Min Min could ever hit you. And then you just did up B1 straight up, just blade dash straight up. And the blade dash straight up into the ledge is pretty hard to two frame. It does put you on ledge, which sucks, but it's not the worst thing in the world compared to doing this like 50-50. So keep doing the recoveries that work. How do you get out of the corner here? Roll. You gotta keep jumping. The best way to deal with Min Min is to just jump. A few like rolls and shields are just not going to work out very well. I like the idea of ledge trapping with side B. It doesn't really work that well. I do it sometimes, and that's mainly when I know they're going to neutral get up a roll, or if I just have a feeling. But I wouldn't recommend doing it all the time, especially against Min Min. Min Min can have a lot of trouble dealing with getting off ledge. If you just shield at like roll distance, shield like right here and face away, then you can grab roll on reaction. You can jump and hit her if she jumps over you, right? You can nair her and stuff like that. So I would recommend taking ledge trapping a little more seriously here. Definitely shield while you're ledge trapping in case of the like jumping off and arming you. And again, you're shielding, you're gonna grab. Good recovery. So you're jumping over. See, you jumping over. You just perfect gameplay right there. You just jumped the whole time. You didn't shield, you didn't roll, you didn't spot dodge, you didn't do anything other than jump, and you got your nair for it. You know, you get the forward air. Maybe could have done another nair there, nair back air or something like that, instead of just nair forward air. Okay, fine. Funny way for that to end. I usually try not to counter in like areas where up smash could happen. I wouldn't say it was necessarily a bad counter, just kind of an unfortunate one. Going right back to small battlefield. I don't know what bands you have in your region. This is Georgia, I'm pretty sure. Um, if you could just, I would always recommend at least thinking about what you're going to do next for stages instead of just running it back. So, yeah, I think longer stages can help Min Min. If you can get Smashville or maybe Hollow Bastion, I think those stages are pretty good for this matchup. FD is surprisingly not that bad. So I would experiment a little bit. Whatever you're comfortable with. And if you're comfortable with just small battlefield, then feel free to ignore me. Jumped over, got the Nair. Could have done a little bit better with Nair instead of just getting Nair F tilt. Good off the slash, I love that. Okay, roll-in did work. I'm not always the biggest advocate for roll-in. The better minions will catch you for that, and you did get the side B from ledge. There you go. Perfect, perfect. I think you maybe could have jumped forward there. Right here, jump and do another meter forward air. I actually don't think so. How could you have gotten this edge guard a little better? You want to edge guard in a way. You don't want to hit sweet spot fair, because if you are aiming for sweet spot fair, you're gonna lose to the arm. What you want to hit when you're edge guarding Min Min, you want to hit the middle part of fair, you want to hit it from above. Forward air stays out for 6 frames, and you can like fast fall forward air like above her. If you were here and it just fast fall forward air, then you would have like kind of gotten the gimp on Min Min. You don't want to be hitting sweet spot fair because you're just gonna lose the arm. Go from above, which is only really possible with fair because it lingers. Another dash in. There's no reason to dash in. Just keep jumping. Good. Pretty good. You could react to that with an up tilt. This is a situation I love. I love how you did this ledge trapping. I literally mentioned that last game. Fielding at roll distance and looking away from the opponent, perfect ledge trapping. I think instead of back air here, if you did a more reactive ledge trap, if you did up tilt or grab there, I think it would have been better. But the sour back air is fine. Just a little too low. This is another reason why you want to, like, if you jumped off ledge here and then did forward or down, I think that would have been a lot better. Another reason why you should be jumping and going from high is that if they recover high, then you don't just lose your opportunity. Trying to F tilt there. Remember to shield while you're ledge trapping against Min Min, pretty much always. Scary, scary situation. Good recovery. You jumped over, you didn't get hit for it, you almost got the back hit for it. Not quite getting the up air. Remember to space out a little better, space out yourself a little further away, because Min Min, like, with the big ball that I forget what it's called for some reason, the big megawatt, then you're going to have to space away from her a little more, space for back air. It does kind of seem like a losing battle to space away from Min Min. Good F tilt. Actually, maybe even it wasn't a good F tilt because that F tilt lost to like a lot of Min Min's options. But I think you got a little lucky there. When you hit Nair forward air like this, she lost her jump. Then don't go for F tilt immediately after. This is a grab situation. This is a dash grab. You would have gotten a little more damage. F tilt's fine, but I think you could have gotten more out of that. I love that doing this side B to try to get orbs. I think countering an advantage state is a little rough. Ooh. We shouldn't be dying here. But you countered an advantage state, you got this happening. You went pretty low. Way too low. I think this is you almost die here anyway, before even getting hit. Yeah, you just went way too low. And the best thing you could do in this exact situation is jump forward air. And like try to hit with like the under part of forward air. Try to hit her feet with forward air. And then recover. But you just went a little too low there. No jump? Okay, okay. That's like a fine situation to happen. Interesting orbs. I know those orbs worked. I don't like that you did that because it lost into like everything that wasn't roll. If she just neutral get up, then you're getting punished for it. If she jumped, you're getting punished for it. If she did the drop off arms like she's been doing, then you're getting punished for that. So I wouldn't recommend doing what you just did, despite the fact that it just worked. It's not going to work consistently. Good finding. The idea behind like having the orbs at ledge is that you know exactly when Min Min is going to get off of ledge, try to get away from the orbs. So if you reacted like up tilted here, I would have said it was amazing. But his back here is good too. Stop shielding! Stop shielding when you land. When you land, you jump again. Definitely could have. One thing you could practice for this matchup is fast falling through this platform and getting Nair. It's a little tight because the Nair is frame 9, so it's a little hard to fast fall through this platform and Nair in a way that hits Min here, but it is possible, and it is something that is worth practicing. Fine trade there, getting the orbs. If you orbed a little further, it would have just beat the Megawatt. Good shield there. Orb down tilt is not a thing I like to do. You can catch, if you look at my VODs, you can catch me doing it sometimes, but I have come to realize that it is not a good option. It works sometimes. Uh, Orb F tilt is way better. Orb just shielding and just reacting to what they do is way better. I think that's probably, I think Orb shield is the best thing you can do. And Orb down tilt is not quite it anymore. Not in 2026. Exactly. Exhausting all your jumps here is perfect. If you got this nair, I would practice nairing. Just practice like making sure your moves hit. If that nair could have been huge. That could have even been like a kill off of an edge guard or something. Perfect getting back to ledge. Air dodging directly below to where Min could hit you and then just blade dash up. Perfect. Jumping away. Perfect, just jump away. Just jump, keep jumping. I don't know about that one, but from there you could play the 50-50 of like, do you Octa Slash or do you blade dash there? It's a little tough to deal with that situation. I don't blame you for dying there. Short notes, jump a lot more and edge guard from above. They are the biggest ones. Now, I don't know which sets you have that are on stream, so I'm gonna try to find them. Give me a short second. Leave it forward. There we go. Here you playing Pokemon Trainer. So this is gonna be a little rough, but Pokemon Trainer I think is a matchup that is bad for Sephiroth. Mainly because of Squirtle. I do not like Squirtle. I'm not a fan. So we're gonna see what happens here. I like that upper back air. I love that. I love that. I love this song. Playing good neutral. I think doing the landing forward air is a little hard to hit on Squirtle, so I wouldn't always recommend it. Marrying out of disadvantage is not something I perfectly recommend. I do it sometimes, so I'm a bit of a hypocrite. Kind of staying a little outplayed in neutral here, which is kind of what Squirtle does. And then they switch to Ivysaur and it becomes a lot easier. Doing a lot of Shadow Flare against the Razor Leafs are perfect. Fair enough. I think your edge guards in general maybe need to be a little better. I definitely think you could have gotten at least a forward air there. I love using all your jumps as a mix-up there. Up air, perfect, perfect. If it's back to Charizard, which is interesting. I wouldn't recommend doing that if I were them. But I guess it worked out. This in Charizard, you want to be super careful and that doing a approaching back air here is what is kind of messing me up here because you will just die to up smash. Remember how good Charizard's out of shield is. So you never want to do an approaching back air or approaching fair against Charizard. Love the upper. I love the orbs. Very reminiscent of what I do, honestly. I think I'm voting myself. That's a good trade. You take that trade every day. 3 orbs for that. You take a trade. You maybe could have gone for a back air there. It looked like you were looking for it, but yeah, I'm not sure if it would have worked. Landing with Shadow Flare off platform is a little devious. I like doing Shadow Flare as a ledge trap for Ivysaur specifically, because they love doing jump Razor Leaf, and it prevents that. It would beat it completely. So I like that you're doing this. Let's go nothing. Even if you plan to do up throw into nothing, then you should jump into them. You should jump like around here anyway, because that would make them scared of up air, and then that will make them air dodge, and then you can find something there. Or you could just go for the upper straight up. If you have up throw, you should jump like every time. If not to go for the nair, then it is to go for like just a scare, you know? I love that. That was great. That was great. Pressuring their shield here and then knowing that opponents will usually, when they get their shield hit there, they want to run off ledge, either here in the center, but most of the time they go towards the back because they're trying to space around you and try to like find their opening naturally. So this F tilt I think is perfect. I usually did dash attack there, but I think F tilt is possibly even better. I think dash attack has more of a certainty in sweet spotting there. Oh, that was a weird situation. Good recovery. I think it is possible for Ivysaur Downer to beat Aqua Slash there, but I think it is difficult enough that you can just do it anyway. Great orbs. I think you may have been able to off this back throw. I mean, you may have been able to buffer double jump back air and just kill Squirtle here. That might have been possible. I intend to make another video about orb setups, so look out for that. But because I love orbs, they're my favorite part of Sephiroth. Very obvious Squirtle side B there. Also, I didn't mention, but you died to Charizard up smash again, and like you just kind of went above Charizard. Be a little more careful about Charizard. Just neutral against Squirtle. Roll here. I knew it. I knew it. Very obvious side B. Squirtle is just going to do these side Bs. Especially if the Squirtle double jumps up there, then the side B is pretty much guaranteed. So you can either hit it, you don't shield it because it's pretty safe on shield. If you're good enough to footstool it, you actually don't need to like footstool it. You can just kind of jump on Squirtle and it does it automatically for you. Then that would have been GG's. So be careful when Squirtle is being up there. You can look out for the footstool. No reason to do down angle left tilt there. That might have been a misinput. So approaching aerial on Charizard. It was tempting there. I understand why you did it. You did it again, beating a punch for it. Okay. Sure, they'll just flare blitz. You got killed 3 times by Charizard, which means you need to be careful. It's shield more against Charizard. Just in general, I know he's got kill throws. Instead of going for back air there, then yeah, what I would do in this situation is dash back shield. Honestly, you can play the Charizard game a little slower, because Charizard has to find an opening. If you play perfect and just like play like a runaway kind of Sephiroth, then you will end up winning in the end. But if you go for risky options like that, then you can just die. I really don't like Charizard to just throw a blitz there. Everyone did great! Yay! I know that's annoying. I know that probably sucks. And you love small battlefield, huh? And then you switch to DDD. According to Super Major, you just kind of switch to DDD and then win. So I think honestly, I really can't commentate on DDD. Probably if you really wanted me to, but I don't think I want to. So good job for winning the set with DDD. I am going to go to the next Sephiroth if I can find it. Yeah, and then you just win with you. So perfect. This is not you. I wanted to see you versus ulting, but I guess that wasn't on stream. Is what it looks like. Or maybe it was after this. Who's this? Taco Robin, Mr. Yellow, then Min Min Falco. More strength of you. You got some crazy characters in your region. Doc Ken. You got Robin in your region. Sorry for taking a second to find these sets. Okay, so this stage is awesome, right? You guys have a good region. I can tell. Steam Clams versus Dercy? Dercy? And Steam Clams is someone who you beat later. They're like the first seed, supposedly. So what is this? You have AJ Waves in your region. I think I've played AJ Waves before. There's a couple players here I think I may have played. Like on Wi-Fi or something. Okay. Team Clams. What the hell happened to set? Incineroar Wolf? You did win this. You only played Sephiroth for the last 2 games though. You lost Corrin Samus, and you win here. I don't think you need me to commentate your set or commentate your Wolf Incineroar game. So on that account, I think I just won't. And then you Corrin Samus, and then you win Sephiroth Samus. Okay. So here's what I can talk about. Sephiroth Samus is, I believe, an even matchup. At least IMO, IMHO. And I also have a lot of experience in it. If you want more VODs on this, I can send you Platinum 5 just beat Siski recently. So if you want more Sephiroth Samus knowledge, then Platinum 5 might be your go-to guy. However, I do also have a PR Samus in my region who I am 20 sets versus 20 sets with. So I have played this matchup a lot. One of my most played matchups. If you get that Nair there, it would have been great. Or whatever. I wouldn't recommend that down air against Samus because you would just get grabbed for it. Okay, so here's the plan. Here is the plan against Samus. Yeah, I like the idea that you're trying to side B through the charge shot. Lower charge shot, your entire game plan is based on how much charge shot Samus has. If it's none to little, you can spam side Bs. If it's medium to high or full, then you run away and shield. You run away and play like a little bit, and then you just chill out. You chut out basically, and then you play the retreating game and wait for them to shoot out their charge shot. Then when they have low, you do a lot of side B. I'll have a grab there. I am more of an up throw nair kind of person than up throw up tilt. Up throw up tilt does more immediate damage, but I think up throw nair sets up so well for follow ups afterward. So I would recommend going for up throw nair more so in the future. I bet that was meant to be reverse grab. Oh, perfect following. Instead of side B, I want you to look for grabs more often, because this is, being shielded here is everything. You should have died there. Yeah, jump being caught for there. You're playing this pretty perfectly, honestly. Like the air dodge there. It's since you will sometimes lose against like the 50-50 some charge shot. Like that's a hard charge shot to deal with. Let me look at it a little more. It's a little predictable for a Sephiroth with wing to try to jump over ledge there. Especially since you got backed off ledge by the little bomb. So you didn't. I don't think you even necessarily did anything wrong. I think you just did something that was predictable. Up throw, up smash, I think is a very fine combo to go for at least once per set. Um, However, I don't think it works against Samus, because Samus will just bomb. The reason why up throw, up smash works is because they usually have two options. You can jump or they can air dodge immediately. And technically they have more options than that. But what people will do is out of hit stun is jump or air dodge. Samus has the secret third option of doing the bomb, which they will do most of the time. So up throw up air or up throw nair is the way to go against Samus. Great counter, great counter. A lot of Samuses will just land in back air there, and it seems like Steam Clams is one of them. Steam Clams is fire tag, by the way. You have an interesting music. So the goal here in these like scrap situations, like up air, I don't like up air there. The goal is to get away, you know. As much as it seems like a weird move to go for, as Sephiroth, you just want to be spaced out. You kind of want to run away in these situations. Be careful about close quarters. I love the up B there. Getting some decent flanking in. Fun thing you can do here. Stand right here. Counter this missile. The counter is huge. And very strong. It definitely would have killed Samus there. And 2 frames perfectly. This is a giant hitbox for like a second. It's amazing. Samus cannot do that missile against Sephiroth if they know to counter it. You get the upper anyway. But you could have gotten that kill a little earlier. Why are we doing nair up air? Are there new combos I don't know about? Probably meant to be nair, honestly. I think you use up air. I think in these past couple sets I've noticed, you use up air a little too much. Remember how unsafe up air is on shield and how unsafe it is up close? It is sometimes a good approaching option to do like the reverse up air. But I think in general, you want to be doing nairs. I don't know why they didn't just shoot the charge shot at you. The Samus plays weird. There we go. Perfect job. Not going for a side B or going for anything, just shielding, waiting for charge shot to happen. Giga Flare, Giga Blast. There we go. Well, guy who doesn't know how to deal with Giga Flare. Yeah, you're kind of just playing this perfectly. F-Tilt is not something that you should go for there. Samus kind of has the advantage there. Getting an orb is great. Perfect jumps. You could, if you wanted to, play this matchup similar to how I mentioned playing against Min Min, is like jumping in the whole time. Something I would recommend trying. But it seems like the way you're doing it is winning anyway, so if it ain't broke, don't fix it, I suppose. I love the counter there. I love countering charge shots there. I remember. If there's one thing I want you to remember, is that you can counter this missile. And that Samus should be dead here. The counter is very, very strong against Green Missile. Giga Flare. Guy who doesn't know how to deal with Giga Flare. Okay, yeah. If your opponent doesn't know how to deal with Giga Flare, free W's. Free dubs. We love to see it. We love to see it. We will take those. So I like he went to Smashville. I think Smashville is pretty good in this matchup. And he keeps taking you to Smashville. So I think Smashville, a very good stage for Sephiroth because landing against Sephiroth on Smashville is very difficult. Imagine you're Samus and you're up here and Sephiroth is waiting to F tilt this entire area, is waiting to up smash this entire platform, or is just waiting to nair anything you do. Then how do you land against Sephiroth? And on biplats you have a few more options, but on Smashville it becomes a way more difficult. So I think Smashville is a perfect stage for you to be on. I want to see some juggling. I think I want to see a little more reactive gameplay from you. Like you had an option to just grab or something. There's a few opportunities that you've just been missing because you weren't reacting to what they were doing. You were doing something preemptively as like a preemptive game plan, which I think is usually fine. But I think I want to see a little more reactive gameplay. I want to see a few more hard punishes on things that could be hard punished. As mentioned before, I love the idea of just jumping. You can use all your jumps. You didn't have to use all your jumps there, but just like using as many jumps as you need to just get to center stage and get to the middle is perfectly fine idea because you're not going to be hit off stage. Wasting your jumps doesn't matter unless you get hit off stage, and you're not going to be hit off stage against where Sam is in that situation. Maybe they could nair you or back air you up there, but pretty rare. If you have a grab here, um, if I make a Shadow Flare video, refer to that here. You could have killed Samus here probably, but I won't go into that too much. I will go into if you forward air here, or forward throw here, you should not Mega Flare. You should rush in. When they have an orb on them, they are in such a disadvantage, and you should just be able to run in and like that would have been a perfect opportunity to get a much closer lead trap. I'm surprised Samus didn't just shoot you there. Yeah, Samus should shoot you there. Be more careful with the shield around that kind of thing. There's the reaction play I want to see more of, and it worked out perfectly. See what I'm talking about? See, that's the idea. I don't like up throw up tilt. First of all, it's DIable. Samus shouldn't be getting hit by it every time. Second of all, if you did, let's say you did up throw nair here, then it places Samus here and you like here, which is like the perfect opportunity to get a fair, or it's the perfect opportunity to scare them into air dodging, and then you get like a nair or a fair back here. It's like perfect. I think up throw nair is far superior to up throw up tilt, even if it doesn't do as much damage immediately. Yep, he's gonna get shot. Did you shield there? It's scary to shield there. You could have gotten shield broken. If your shield is so low, then the way you deal with charge charge is jumping over it. Instead of trying to F tilt and like swat Samus away, then you just jump over everything. See, there you got the air dodge read. I think the air dodge read would have been easier if you did up throw in air. But that was a good advantage state. I love that. And getting the orbs. I love the up smashes. I wish they were spaced a little better. Counter that, counter that, counter that, counter that. Whatever, doesn't matter. You got the kill anyway. But counter it. Oh, my controller. Controller DC? Do you play it out or do you take the sock? You should play it out. Yeah. If it's between socks like that, you just play it out. What's going on? What's wrong with you two? Reverse nair for fun. Because why not? I don't like landing with counter. on Samus unless they're in the corner, because in the corner they have a little more pressure to just shoot the charge shot. This is a situation that I have been in a lot, is they have an orb on them that's about to explode and you get upbeat out of shield. You can just jump fair here. If you're ready for it, then if you get dropped out of upbeat, you have no end lag. So you can get jump fair. With wing here, you can actually get jump fair. So you could have got a couple of damage here. A couple more hits. Get back here. I don't think that up smash is very warranted. I like the idea of up smash there. You have the reads, like you have like a good amount of like game knowledge about what an opponent will do in certain situations, which is perfect. That is exactly what you need as a Seph player. Just a little bit better execution here. Yeah, it's just execution practice is what you're gonna see. With back air just not coming out is like kind of huge. If your back airs don't come out, then you need to change something. I would recommend getting in training mode or getting into a match with like a level 1 CPU with 99 stock, whatever, and just practicing execution. Practicing hitting back airs perfectly every time, practice hitting nair every time. Good F tilt, bad recovery in the Samus. I think that Samus kind of played it bad, I will admit, but I also think you played that very well. So good shit to you. It looks like you play the Cloud immediately after you played Darcy? Darcy? Darcy. I'm gonna say Darcy. It reminds me of like, in like French or whatever, you say merci instead of thank you. We're picking Persona music, you nerds. Seph Cloud is also a matchup I'm very familiar in, rather. We have similar regions, I guess. So how do we do a Cloud? Don't jump there. If a Cloud is threatening to back air your shield, and like he ripped the back air, then you have to keep shielding because something is going to happen after. A lot of Clouds will do back air up tilt or back air cross slash like that, and if you jump or do anything other than just hold shield, then you are going to get punished. Make sure when you're shielding against Cloud, you have to wait for something to be punishable. Holy up air. Crack buster. Careful with that. Oh, recovery, what do you do? Okay, fair enough. I think Cloud could have like started you there. Great percent on wing right now. Ah, this is just an SD. This is cut and dry SD. Definitely could have made it there. Happens, but you gotta keep your head in the game. Clouds love doing that. When you're at 0 and they have a limit, they love doing jump away, reverse, neutral B. Be prepared for that. Don't shield it. You can roll through it, or you can jump over it. Oh my god, you guys suck. Another SD. I think doing that up air, like the approaching reverse up air, is a little risky against Cloud. And Cloud has a lot of out of shield options, so just deal with that. Throwing away a ledge trap because of side B. Have a game plan with ledge trapping going into it. You can make up your own game plan, or you can just shield. You know. I wonder if he's gonna limit blade beam. He will, because they all do it. Every cloud does that. That is not true. Back throw, up B. Oh my god, you can. What's going on with you guys? He tried to kill you at 23. This is evil. This guy is evil. Oh, I can't grab that. If you know how to footstool down air, I think that would have been a perfect opportunity for that. If you don't know how to footstool down air, then I would recommend learning it. It shouldn't be the first thing you learn. It's not that high of a priority, but if you want to learn some new tech, then I think that would be nice. You play like me. I can't even be mad at the dunk finish. Oh, you're gonna get cross flashed. Oh, he sucks, I guess. You should have died for that situation. Smash? Ooh, I could have. Don't even bother trying to punish limit cross slash. Lamau? You're trying to trick him basically. Don't get too desperate for this kill. You want to try nickel and dime for this kill for sure. Yep. Keep shielding against a cloud that back airs you, even if you're on a platform like that. Just keep shielding until something is punishable. Sorry, there was one thing. Alright. I need some water. Talking for a long time like this is tiring. Oh, Bastion! 4, that's fine. Similar to what I said about Smashville earlier, I think Hollow Bastion is a pretty good stage for Sephiroth. Because how do you land against the Sephiroth that can deal with that? That has the big platform in the middle and that's the side. And sides that are very, very F-tiltable. And back-killable. I think you need to play a bit of a further away neutral against Cloud. Wow, that get protected large, I forget. Oh my lord. That didn't kill. I guess that was the aerial version that came out. If you ever get a weak fair, buy a platform, be prepared for it to send into a tech situation. If you're prepared, then you could just run up here into the center and just charge up smash. Um, Getting a weak fair in like this area onto a platform is very strong, and always be prepared for it to maybe send into a platform tech chase. If you're really competent, then what you could do is do a jump shadow flare, and that jab locks, and then you charge the up smash, so that you get an extra orb on there, as well as the guaranteed up smash. That's what I love to do, and it's so fun. It's one of my favorite things to do with this character. A little risky to go for that up smash. I understand why. A lot of players would love to land on the platform there, but don't commit. You don't need to commit to a read that you don't have. It is better to just react in that situation. This game feels so much more solid. So you're not getting hit for this. That was perfect. How you played this was great. Positioning your attacks to where Cloud could be and then dashing away, you know? It's like perfect. I don't know, but that approaching forward air, you kind of got lucky for not getting punched for that. But you did get this F tilt here. Mega Flare Spike, I love to see that happen. We take those. And then going to planking is fine. I'm not that big of a planker, but if you are going to go for planking, then I do not blame you. I don't like that fair. I don't like that fair. Two reasons why I don't like that fair. One, you did an option immediately after Cloud back here, which you're not supposed to do. We talked about that already. Second of all, approaching fair like that, very, very risky, especially against a Cloud who has a good enough outer shield to kill you. Don't be like you can be a little more patient on the ledge. A little more patient against getting off Cloud. Or getting off what did I just say? Getting getting away from the corner as Cloud. Did you air dodge there? Let's see, read it there. Don't air dodge there. Air dodge there, you get up aired. You jump there. He could have limit cross left you, I'm pretty sure. I don't know why he didn't. It's like the scoreboard is wrong. You didn't win the game one, did you? Let me see how to cite that. Let me spoil myself. Spoiling myself a little bit. Apparently you win this game, which makes sense. You're playing a lot better this game than you would the first game. See, there, that's perfect, that's perfect. Reaction to the air dodge and just getting a couple orbs. Not quite getting his spacing on the grab, but that would have been a great grab. Holy, this Cloud is weird. Jumping on you with a double spot dodge to try to bait grab. Don't even bother trying to punish it immediately like that. Just dash away, keep going with your game plan. Up air, just forward air. Doing up air off ledge there is just so much worse than doing forward air. It gets into a better situation when you do get it to work, but it's so much harder to get it to work. I like the ledge guard, by the way. Greg, you're playing this perfectly. Playing this great. Dashing in and dashing away, very strong thing to do. I like the preemptively rolling away, so that Cloud doesn't even get that crazy back air situation. Oh, I love that jump read. Okay. Fun thing you can do here. Oh my god, I'm messing up with my auto tab. Fun thing you can do here. If Cloud goes off stage like this, they will air dodge to ledge every time because they don't want to waste their up B. They don't want to waste limit with that. So you can down tilt this. It's very safe to just down tilt here and just catch Cloud. That will catch Cloud every time. This guy's a spot dodger. I don't even blame you for trying to grab there. I would have done the same thing, honestly. I would have also grabbed that. I've smashed for a little too long. With wing, I think that's a fine idea. Without wing, you just kind of get hit for it. Oh, ooh, maybe could have gotten up till there. I'm guessing just a misinput that tilt on the other way around. I think I want to see more back airs, more like retreating back airs. You want to get this tilt. There we go. Like, you want to get this tilt like time yesterday. This situation feels scary. Jump again. I wouldn't go for that there. If that was cross slash, you'd die. Yeah, okay. He wasn't ready for that, I guess. Which is weird, but whatever. Oh, this looks the scoreboard around, I guess. Yeah. But you played that pretty well. I think the ending was pretty scary. You kind of got like huge advantage stated on. But I think you are. You did play that a lot better. But something shift in these next couple games, I suppose. Let's see what we got here. Oops. I like your choice of skin, by the way. I think some of Sephiroth skins are pretty bad, but they can be alright sometimes. I like the green one a lot. Purple one's alright too. This is great. This is great. You're reacting to where Cloud is. I just wouldn't even recommend using upper that much in this matchup. Cloud is fast enough to just punish you for upper like almost every time. I like the grab. You kind of only grab like from a shield grab, or you do it from like trying to catch someone with orbs. And I think you could be using more grabs. Why didn't you go for that? I would have get hit by that too, honestly. I guess you should have air dodged there. Sure. Don't always go for a triple orb. Orbs. Always go for triple orbs. Getting the 2 orbs is much better. He got double orbs there too. And these charged up smashers are killing me, man. Like, what are we doing? We should leave that behind. That one wasn't that bad because that one is at least a positive situation on the platform, but you could release it a little earlier. The earlier you release it, the less likely you are to be punished for it. Even if you do hit their shield, it's like you're not gonna get punished for that. Did something out of back air immediately. If Cloud did a second back air, you died. And a lot of Clouds would do a second back air there. He is just out frame bidding you. And you should die for that. I thought that was gonna be untechable. What did that situation happen? Let's go back a little bit. Oh, because of the counter, right. Yeah, the counter's risky. It's a decent gambit to go for. Like if like a lot of clouds would have dash attack right there, and there too. That one didn't get punished somehow. It's just flanking. Okay, you're flanking, but you're letting Cloud get limit, so it doesn't really seem that productive. Question mark. I think that's what he does. Stop with these counters are killing me. Why did he finishing touch? What is bro cooking? Flanking does seem to be working, sort of. Okay, yeah, he saw low shield and then he saw, wait, down smash, I can shield break. I think you get, when you're down, you get a little too desperate to find kills, and it's kind of worrying me. That was a really good grab. That's why I'm saying you need to get more grabs going. Sephiroth conditions shield really well. So I think that means you need to grab a lot as Sephiroth. I think grabbing as Sephiroth is very important. Similar to why Clouds would grab, because everyone wants to shield against Cloud. Everyone wants to shield against Sephiroth too. Cloud City, side blast zones are pretty good for you. You like F tilt, you like back air, but also Cloud likes them too for those same exact reasons. So if you like more space, then I think this is fine. I think this is a fine choice. Maybe a bit of a risky choice, but I think it's fine overall. Who are you side being? Who is he finishing touching? Who is bro touching? Up smash is just not gonna. Without a platform above you, I think up smash is just kind of not worth going for there. Oh, who are we up airing? Yeah. I said it was a good up air in game one, but it didn't really work out there. You guys both just love charging attacks, and this is kind of not working. I have seen this Cloud Darcy in really good Chord before, so I think okay, first of all, on the pause. I think maybe I could play them. Maybe I can get VODs for you if you want. Maybe that's a possibility. That might be a little scummy, but it might work out. Who knows? If you want me to do that, let me know. And that up air, I still don't really like the up air, despite the fact that it worked. If you want to get jump reads, you do it with back air. You do not do it with up air. If you just like sat here and then just did double jump back air and then it hit there, it would have hit the same exact area and sweet spotted and killed him also. I think I would have preferred you do that. I like that you are going for jump reads, so I think that's very important. But I love that you're just dashing and dashing away. I think it's perfect to do against Cloud. In percents like these, at like super low percent, you're supposed to like dash a little bit before you do the back air. You do back throw, dash back air, and that will connect. It's like slightly harder, and it's harder to tell when you do that. You should have got up smash for that. These counters are a little risky. Okay, I think you should replace a lot of these uppers with just back air. Back air is a lot simpler and a lot less laggy. Yep, that's been happening. They love doing the little play beam. That counter made more sense because Cloud had momentum there and Cloud like had an advantage state that would make sense to counter. Countering in disadvantage like that is bad. I think when you have a lot of time to just land and counter, I think that's bad. But however, the earlier counter that did work was working because Cloud was actively like swinging on you. You know, Cloud wasn't swinging on you here. I was so ready to just shield there. It's almost he got back in neutral. It's about momentum. Countering is kind of like a feel thing to me. Oh, a little bit risky. I like the idea there that you want to fair this platform so that nothing like this happens. Um, just play it safer. I guess Cloud, you can just kind of go down and then recover upward pretty much every time, because what is Cloud gonna do about it? That's a good counter. See, it's just vibes. It's just feeling out when the Cloud's gonna do something. Feeling it based off of momentum. Very good idea. I know that doesn't really sound like actual advice. Just vibe out counters a little more. But you get what I mean. You get the vibe. Yeah, grab that. Again, up throw nair is true all the time if you know how they're gonna DI. And up throw is simply not. So I am not an up throw here. Okay, funny. Funny situation. You went for a risky grab in the CQC, and you got finishing touch for it, I guess. Because sure, they were going for a lot of finishing touches, so I'm not too surprised. Um, so I don't know. That'll just happen. So lastly, you gave me a stream by 4 esports stream. But why did I didn't go back there? I think it's gonna be the last set I review here because I'm getting tired. I think it is also the last one you gave me. 105.47. Okay. You against Toon Link. Who is a Toon Link? Spider. Okay. Spider has beaten me before. I'll be real, but I'll see what I can say about this. Don't look at my recommended. 2, 1, go! So let's see what happens here. Against Toon Link. Side B is your best friend. You want to side B the arrow, you want to side B the boomerang. The bomb, not so much. Side B will be your best friend. Basically in general. This stream is much darker. Fighter is quite a good player. So I don't know if he's gonna lose this, but I don't blame you either way. How did you get those webs? Let me see. I kinda blacked out for a second there. Yeah, exactly. The side B just like beating boomerang and beating arrow, like it's gonna keep working. Remember to stay on top of Toon Link when they have the orbs. Stay on top of anyone when they have the orbs. Who are we nearing? That's a perfect jump side B situation. I love just jumping out of disadvantage there because Spider was definitely looking for an air dodge. Yeah, bomb up there. I hate Toon Link. I'm be so for real. I guess Spider falls for up throw. Good grab, good grab. No, I love how you're playing this now. How you're playing this now is how you should keep playing it. There we go. I don't recommend planking against Toon Link very much. Toon Link has too many options to deal with it. Well, why Toon Link? When you grab it, I saw you tried to counter there, which isn't that recommended against Toon Link because that up air just hits coming directly below you. You can't stay there. You can't stay in that area. Because you will die. I love this song. I kind of love every song in the game. I love this game. Good up air. I love how you're playing this now. The counter doesn't really. I'm surprised it worked there even in this situation. Counter doesn't like work against the bomb. It kind of looks like you're an arrow. I don't really recommend countering there. Going for a jump read is interesting. I like the idea. Can't really get the grab there because Tunic didn't have any reason to have lag there. He's using forward edge right. Getting a third. Landing directly on Tunic for any reason is usually bad. I love that back air. That was great. Just don't land on Toon Link and keep your distance and then just mash side Bs basically. And you don't need to be planking against Toon Link. It just doesn't like. I hate that up smash hitbox. I want to see more side Bs. I want to see more probably shielding away from them. They haven't grabbed you yet very much at all, or if at all. You can just about that. Yep. Backdoor up tilt is a new combo that I am not aware of. Wasting your jump off stage and then just having you make him deal with that off stage situation is a little tough. I love naring next to Toon naring like where they could fall to basically. Or in that situation, definitely just do it on them. Perfect back air. Getting up there. Don't land on Toon Link. You want to land. Let's say Toon Link is right here in the center of the stage. You want to land like next to them, sort of, and try to like nair them. If you think they're not gonna do anything, but if you think they're gonna throw a bomb or boomerang at you, you might want to land even further away. You want to be safe with your landings. In landing, you're definitely in disadvantage, and you by landing on Toon Link, you're kind of trying to skip disadvantage state, which is sometimes very good against certain characters, but against Toon Link, and not so much. So didn't need to be that right there. That's scary. Scary stuff, scary stuff. Definitely just like roll in that situation. You don't need to be contesting Toon Link there. Jesus Christ, 53. It's because you A landed, or you tried to do an attack off of Toon Link stuff. I guess Toon Link stuff like that, you need to just like air dodge, or don't even jump away, just air dodge here. If you neutral air dodge, then right here, then you would end your invincibility like here, and there's not a lot that Toon Link can do here, you know. But if you try to swing, then it doesn't really work out too well. Left tilt, good left tilt. Yeah. You're playing at what not be? You're playing above Toon Link too much, and Toon Link just kind of loves dealing with that. Jesus Christ, I hate Toon Link. Okay, what happened there? Counter got you dead. Yeah, countering against Toon Link. Countering against any of the projectiles is not worth it. So I think countering there is just kind of never worth it at all. So for Toon Link, I want to see more side Bs from far away. I want to see less counters. I think counters are bad in this matchup. And Yeah, you didn't really side B very much at all, which is weird because you were doing it more often in other matchups. But against Toon Link, it's very strong. So definitely keep that in mind. Fist bump. There we go. Okay. So I do believe that is the last set you sent to me. A couple sets you check out. Down here. Yeah. Okay. This has been 1 hour, 10-minute long YouTube video about Sephiroth stuff. Let's go over before we end. Let's get in the notes app. What do we do? Oh, I have a lot of random things here. Okay. General notes. I want to see more. Wait, no. That's T. More reactionary gameplay. Less actually. There were a few moments where opponents would do things. Oh, my face cam is covering this. There we go. Oh, I can't spell gameplay apparently. Perfect stuff. Perfect stuff. Okay. There were a few moments where opponents would get away with laggy moves because you weren't reacting to what was happening. You were trying to play out like a game plan in your mind and to play out doing back airs or fairs or whatever that just work in a few situations. But if you just reacted, then you could have got harder punishes. There was one point against Darcy, the Cloud, that was like very good reactionary. Is they were air dodging above you on Hollow Bastion, and then you just got a double side before it. And that was perfect. I want to see more stuff like that. Instead of doing the charged up smashes just in case they air dodge, I want to see more of like reacting to where they're going and getting punishes that way. Um, I think I want to see some better combos. I think there was a couple times you got nair fair or that where you could have got nair 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 nair. Um, I want to see nair back air. I want to see better orb confirms. I don't expect Seph to be good at orb stuff until I post a video about it. Then I will. But that wasn't that bad. I think when you get nair at 0, you can get a lot more. Um, more specifically, I think nair into nair instead of fair, and then also up throw into nair instead of. I think those are more specific things. Um, what else? What else? Over me, man. Keep jumping. Just keep jumping. Keep jumping. You know, Moonman can't really do anything about jumping, and Sephiroth loves jumping, especially with Wing. With Wing, you can double jump over everything that Minmin does, and then you can land on Minmin and still have another jump for mix-up, even after that. So jumping over everything is great. You can do the same with Samus. I'll even put slash Samus here. I want to see some better spacing. I think how you played against the Cloud a good bit was you were just like running away, back airing and fairing. I think that was great. I think you could have done that even more, even harder. So go back into VODs and like look at like little specific scenarios. Look at little specific like why you're getting hit. That's a good way to VOD review is just check every time you get hit, especially if you get like hit with something hard, check why that happened and then don't do it anymore. I want to see better slash less counters. I think the counters are very risky. I think some like the counters off ledge or they're gambits. They're always gambits because counter sucks. Um, but it's also very, very strong. So it did counter the disadvantage in times that were a little dubious, and wouldn't recommend it. I want to see better edge guarding. He didn't edge guard Cloud at all. He didn't edge guard Samus at all. Those are both characters that you want to edge guard. I think for Min Min especially, you want to edge guard Min Min. We talked about that before. You wanted to do the forward air, like lingering hit, so it hits downward basically, as opposed to trying to hit Sweet Puffer, because then you're just gonna get beaten by the arms. Um, Counter Samus missile is like the small one that I'm remembering right now. The little green missile that they do to try to like cover themselves when they're recovering, you can counter that, and it kills them. And that is that it? I think these are the big notes. If you have any questions or concerns, feel free to let me know. Or if you needed me to review something again, or just go into a little more detail about what I mean about some of these things, then please do not hesitate to ask me. Um, I'm trying to think if there's anything more. I think that is it. I want to see, well, there's a small one, side B, projectile characters. Side B just goes through a lot of projectiles, mainly Toon Link. It's like charge side B. Run away and charge side B. It just works. I promise you, it just works. And that is about it. So thank you again for asking. I love doing VOD review for people. This was a bit of an hour long. Sorry if this was a bit of a slog to watch, but I hope we made some progress here. Let me know if you need anything else. I've been Meredith Mediaz, so please don't hesitate to ask me anything else. Bye bye.